Yes! Look! What? Oh, swimming! GTO! Glam girl! Oh dear! Aliens! Hi, I'm Adam C, and welcome to Midhurst for the Goodwood Revival. I'm here capturing cars arriving at the revival, so enjoy. So the period that we will be seeing is mostly 48 to 66. And that is because the Goodwood Motor Circuit was operational between the years of 1948 and 1966. So all of the racing that will take part today will be between those eras. So we all do our best to dress up in that era as well. Now this is more like it. There's often a big hot rod bunch of people that pop down to Goodwood for the revival. But there we go, Aston Martin DB4, and we have a Sunbeam Alpine with a luggage rack on top. And do you know what's funny? People driving regular modern cars but dressed in their Goodwood attire. I suppose like me today in my 350Z, that one. How about this though? A green 992 GT3, silver wheels and yellow calipers, I approve. And it's not Goodwood without a Series 1 E-Type. Take a look at these exquisite pieces of fine machinery. We have the Lagonda and the XK150. Now wait 1 second ticking minute. There's a PS13. What's this doing at the revival? That's very unrevival, that car. They're not dressed up. He said achoo? Bless you. That's more like it. Alpha Boattail Spider. I mean, he's kind of got the Goodwood vibe, it's just been somewhat let down. Now this is the extraordinary. A red Aston Martin Vantage Volante, cream interior. How gorgeous does that look? A GTR. Ah yes, that's what I've been waiting for. First Cobra of the day. Doesn't quite match the revival traffic. We've gone to the 80s now with an Audi Quattro. They're all dressed up inside, ready for their day of car spotting. I suppose the same as what I'm doing today. In fact, I should probably go in there soon because it's slowing down and normal traffic's building up. Oh no, we've got some blue-suited men in a van and 3 classic minis. I hope the traffic lights are going to be alright. They're all turning red. No time like the present. Actually, we're not talking about the present, we're talking about the past. So there is time like the present, there's time like the past. Talking of the past as an E-Type, let's do it. It's not too early, is it? Gotta check the local hotel. Oh, okay. We have an Aston Martin DB5, a Jensen Intercept, an MGB and a Ferrari 575M. What a lineup to start the day, well, to kind of resume the day with. I got some shaking heads from some of the staff that work here, like, you shouldn't be here in your bright yellow Datsun, get off the property. If you're going to park them out front like that, you're going to get people looking at the cars, especially on a weekend like today, and this is a steep drop. Alright. Thank you. Oh, we've got another modified vehicle. We've got an Audi A4 in front of us. The wheels are spaced out nicely as a few classics rolled past, including a taxi. So I'm going to park up, and am I going to see what cars are in the car park? Of course I'm going to see what cars are in the car park. That's part of the fun of it. So let's see. So it's such a vast car park, I don't know where to start. So I'm on the end of... What was that? Oh, it could have been any old... There's cannons! Look! You can see the smoke that came from the explosion. Right. Now there should be a pre-70s parking section for classic cars in the car park, but it's more fun finding wild spots like the yellow V12 Vantage, a Land Rover with bullet holes in it, and a Ferrari 250 short wheelbase. This is actually a BMW Z3, but you'll forgive it for the way it looks. This is replicating the Sterling Moss 250 short wheelbase. You dirty pig. We have another Aston Martin DB5. It's a Jaguar. Look, they've got a vintage pram. I did that a few years ago. I used it to carry my camera equipment. And these are the classics heading into the classic parking zone, including an AC Bristol. So they want all spectators to go in that way, but I'm going to go in that way so I can see what classics have parked up, because that's the point of the classic zone. zone, so you can look at the classics when they're parked up. So I'm going to look at them parked up, like the AC when it parks up. There's a Cobra abandoned under a tree, and just on the road is a 370Z Cabriolet. What they've done is they've made their own Revival car show. They've split it up into tax-exempt vehicles and pre-1966 cars that are part of the era that is correct to the Goodwood Revival, such as the MGA, and not the Escort, unfortunately. He is the tax-exempt section. So cars that are 40 years old or older are exempt from tax. So actually 1982 cars are now tax-free. And one of those tax-exempt cars is this Peking to Paris Ford Anglia Estate rally car. Oh, stick it up for the Peking to Paris 1997, apparently. The stickers look a little bit too new for it to be a 97 stickered up car. I think that's been more recently done to resemble that. Maybe that's what it did look like in 97 and now it's back to looking like that. There's a yellow 2CV, there's a yellow Dino coming in as well. So we have millions of pounds worth of classic cars parked up and abandoned for the whole day whilst they're in this show, like the Lamborghini Espada behind me. And we have a car from France, and it is a French car. It is the Matra, rather crudely named the M530LX. The Goodwood field is awash with colours and classic cars. They just don't make colours like this anymore, do they? This is fantastic. Why don't people like classic cars? Because look at this. This is incredible. You've got the Sebring MGB Roadster. And what I mean by people not liking classic cars is the younger audience, the audience that tend to be on YouTube, don't tend to be into these kind of cars. So when I film videos of these cars, they don't get the views and it makes me sad. Someone snuck in a Sierra from the 90s. Oh, something's happening. Wait 10 years and maybe you will be tax exempt. These two don't care about the main show. They're just sat down watching the classic cars arriving into the car park. And that car park is the pre-66 section, and there's a fence in my way. But feast your eyes upon this Bentley 4.5 litre. Surely this should be in the pre-66 section, unless it's a recreation, but either way, that is fantastic. Interior-wise, it doesn't look the safest Bentley to be in. It's got much room for a blower, but does not have a blower, but that is incredible to see. Let's see some more in the pre-66 section. So throughout the period that the Goodwood Motor Circuit was fully operational, up to the year of 1966, these are the cars that you would have seen on the road. All sorts, from sports cars to just your normal family sedans. Take this for example, a Ferrari 275 GTB, probably one of the most valuable cars we've seen so far today. There will be more. It is great to see that all of these cars have survived all those years. I mean, just about. Now, this guy's a little bit of a cheat. This is a Hawk 289 replica, so it's more modern than 66, but it certainly looks period correct. There are a few more Cobras that maybe look a little bit more modern than this one. Let's have a look. So these Cobras have come from Germany to come here. I can't work out what they are. They look like they could be either Superformance or maybe Factory 5. They've got the more bulbous arches. It's difficult to tell, but I think they're all the same kits to each other. We have a rusty, ratty Porsche 356 parked next door to the DB4 GT. Oh my... what? No, that must... Is this genuine? So we've got a 250 short wheelbase and a 250 GTO. Oh no! This is a replica, but that is absolutely beautiful. Take a few moments to take that all in. The most gorgeous car ever created. 250 GTO, albeit made out of fiberglass. Oh yes, that is special. Further down is another legendary piece of machinery, the Bugatti Type 35. However, this one is a replica made, I believe, by BNC. And another Superformance Cobra. This one has the most subtle stripes that I've seen on a Cobra. They've got a bit more bronze in the shimmer of the paintwork, but you really can't see them most of the time. And as I'm going to more and more classic events, I'm really realizing that Americana is where my heart lays. That is gorgeous, that Cadillac. Further down we've got, I don't even know what it is. It's an AMC Rambler, literally on the floor, although the grass helps. Surfboard on its roof along with the luggage. Paddles in the back and a fishing rod. There's a Ford Galaxy as well. I mean, where do people have the space to keep cars this large? And look, to top it all off, a 300 SL. But we might as well head into the show and see what it's all about. I'm here for 2 days, so there'll be another video coming up soon. Oh, there must be a swimming pool. They're dressed up to go swimming, but also period correct swimming. Only the best. They're not period correct. But let us go over the bridge towards the motor circuit and have a look at what's in the paddock. So you join me at the GT40s. These were quite late in Goodwood Circuit's history, and then we have the one-off Ford GT40 Roadster. And all of these cars will be competing this weekend. But inside the main paddock, we are greeted by more Americana. We've got some Z2 Corvette Stingrays. There's a plague of E-types everywhere. And here we have my section, TVR Griffith. We've got the Dragon Snake Cobra. Take a look at the shimmer in that pink paintwork. We have another snake further down. This one actually has snake eyes. And whilst earlier we had a Bugatti Type 35 replica, behind me is a real Bugatti Type 40. Take a look at that camber on those wheels. But do you know where the money is? That's right, it's at Ferrari. We've got the 225S being worked on, the 246S Dino with its exposed trumpet, and a 250 LM. There is actually an incredibly rare collection of Ferraris here at the Revival, and I'm told there's actually more out of the paddock. So as we go past the 250 Lusso, I need to find what else there is. And just as this Lotus is being pulled in, doing some ballet moves with its front wheels, I have found where the other Ferraris are hiding. Now, this must be hundreds of millions of pounds worth of Ferraris, 250s, 365s. Probably my favourite is this Ferrari 365 P2. We have another 250 short wheelbase. Next along we have the Ferrari 275P, and this is special, a Ferrari 250 GTO finished in black. I'm going to move alongside this. I didn't even know there was a genuine one finished in black, and here it is at the Revival. That's my favourite so far. However, on further inspection, whilst drooling over this 250, I've noticed it's actually a really dark blue. So my hunt continues for a black 250 GTO. Maybe there is one somewhere. In the next paddock, we have yet another 250 GTO green with the yellow nose cone. And then next door, we have a 250 Testarossa, the initial bearer of the Testarossa name. We then have the Sterling Moss 250 short wheelbase that we saw replicated in the car park earlier, just down from another 250. This one, a slightly different looking Testarossa with slightly less defined wings to the ones shown here. And beyond some Ferrari Grand Prix cars, we have what is often known as the original Ferrari, the 166mm. I reckon that's around about £200 million worth of machinery that is behind me right now. But you may have noticed there was a gap in between two of the 250 GTOs. You know what that means, there's another one, so it's my mission now to go find it. I think I know where it might be hiding, so we're going to go back underneath the circuit and see what I can find. I'm reckoning it's towards the front of the show. Oh dear, a UFO's crash landed. Do you know what? I reckon the 250 is underneath the UFO. That's where it was parked. The police are telling us to clear the area due to what's happened. I'm still eager to find if it's somewhere else. Oh, we have the glam girls in front of the glam cabs. I got a picture. And I've just seen a bit of red. I reckon I found the other 250. Maybe it wasn't crashed into by a UFO. So the dense crowd are hiding the third 250 GTO of the lineup. Parked up on its lonesome, but next door getting relatively ignored is this Aston Martin DB3S fixed head coupe. And I've been employed to tell you all that aliens are real. They're real, they're coming. That was a real UFO. Luckily it didn't crush the 250 GTO. Oh my god. That's... what? Is that... I think he's hiding. It could be. I think it's an alien. Well, I've returned and they've filled the gap with yet another 250 GTO. This has got a more aerodynamic shape to the classic ones that you may recognise, but that is another genuine 250 GTO. And I've just ended up in a location that I've never been to before at the Revival, and I found even more Ferrari 250s. We've got more more short wheelbases, another one of the Sterling Moss cars. That's the third one we've seen today. I believe this one SWB is the proper one. And then a 250 LM and 275 GTBs. Oh, don't Ferrari have a huge presence here today. But the place that I've been heading to is yet another classic car parking zone, so you can, I think, pay a little bit extra to have your car parked here to watch the racing. There's GT40s on track at the moment from within your car. So we have an AC Greyhound next to another 250 short wheelbase replica. We have another 300 SL. All that racing's fantastic. I don't even know what this is. It's a Falcon, apparently. But I have spent a whole day watching the racing at the Revival and just enjoying myself. You can see the sun is already setting. I'm back tomorrow, but it's just been great to enjoy the day. I even bumped into Sean from VTSVs. You may remember him from a few years ago. We used to always attend events together, and now he's starting to come back to a few more events. So we've just been chilling out. But as I said, I'm back here tomorrow with Chloe with a very special announcement. So look out for that one. So follow me on Instagram for all the updates, highlights, and photos that I take from these meets, and make sure you hit that bell when you subscribe to be updated as to when that video goes live, because you're not going to want to miss that one. So I hope you enjoyed this video, but for now, thanks for watching.